Today on Memorial Weekend here on the roof here where I live. I'm sorry I missed yesterday. I wasn't feeling too well. But today I'm starting off by saying, wake up, smell the coffee, and know what time it is. It's 1 minute to midnight. I'd like to respectfully give all my respects to all the veterans who fought for our wars. I don't like wars, but once they put their lives on the line and gave their lives, I totally give them my respect. I had a lot of family members that passed away and also got injured and stuff like that. And all the previous wars here in the U.S. that we had. I like, I was up here, sitting up here, and I got two objects. Really, actually, three showed up, but I partially got one, and I got one really good. I didn't even call them, and that's what happens. I'm connected so much. I like to start with a story that I have about time travel. I don't know if I said this one already, but I'd say about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I had a friend named Eva Garcia, and she was very connected in her own way on different subjects of the phenomena of paranormal. She was a card reader, she read palms, and she did all kinds of sorts of things. But she told me that I was an old soul and I lived thousands of lives before. And I knew I lived before, but when she told me that I had came back sometimes as a female, I told her no, that I was strictly male and that I didn't come back as a female. But she insisted that I did sometimes. So I couldn't go for that. So I didn't like what she told me. So one day I was out there in her yard and I said, Eva, you know what's wrong with you? And she said, what, Bingy? And I said, you're not a realist. I'm a realist. And I seen her hurt in her eyes, and I felt bad what I said. So I said, I'm sorry, Eva. You know what? I know a lot of people think that I'm kind of wacky or whatever, because what I share out there and teach out there, they don't believe it. And so I better have an open mind, what you're saying. Okay. And she felt better what I said. And that morning, about 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning, I believe it was her that went to drop me off at the Greystone Mansion. That's the Doheny Mansion in Beverly Hills. Now, Edward Doheny, his father, Edward Doheny Sr., donated the mansion to his son for a birthday gift, and his son gave him, I believe, was $1 for it. Something to do with taxes. It was a $24 million mansion in those days, 1924. And so when Eva went to drop me off, we went up this long road that went up like that in the front. And then it went into this tunnel like and came out in the fountainway of the back, which looked like the back looked more like the front than the front looked like the back. So it was a big mansion. So I walked up to this parking lot way up there in the back. And then when it came to the morning, it was 4 in the morning. So when it came to around 11 o'clock or 9 o'clock about that morning, my boss came to tell me, he said, Robert, I want you to go to the east side of the mansion. There's a gate down there and all the trucks are coming in because we were filming Star Trek. I forgot what Star Trek it was, but we were filming that. And he said, I want you to tell them just where to go. And so the park ranger, the park police had told me, the Beverly Hills Park Police had told me to have them park on the edge of the parking lot, because underneath the parking lot was a reservoir, a man-made reservoir with beams, steel beams, and all that. And the trucks are heavy. So that's what I did. I said, "What?" He said, "Call me when you're done there." So I called him. He said, "Well, kick back there, Robert." And so I was sitting on a chair like I am right now. And you know what? When I first got there, I felt like I knew the mansion, like I lived there before. I knew everything about the mansion. Really, really good. It's kind of strange, you know. And so as I was sitting there, after about a half an hour of looking at the mansion, trying to recollect what I knew about it, because it had this deja vu thing, you know. And I slipped into this journey. My body was here, but my body was there. But my mind journeyed to the side of the mansion. I hadn't even seen the east side of the mansion. It was about 150 yards away. And so I guess you might say I astro traveled somehow. And I was back in 1924, and Doheny was checking his mansion. Edward had a pipe in his hand, and he was overlooking the big front estate. And his wife was on the stairway. The cement stairway went up to the east side, and there's a fountain made out of old red clay type of piping. I don't know why they made a fountain like that, but he liked it, and it looks like a piece of art. But anyway, so I was there in 1924, looking at Doheny, his wife Lucy, and the estate looked much more manicured, and you know, not even a grass blade was out of place. Everything was perfect. So somehow I went inside Doheny and looked out of his eyes, and he went up to Lucy, and both of them didn't say anything. I thought that was very strange. You know, rich people don't really talk that much. They just want to listen to each other. But she looked at him, and he didn't say anything. So she walked up to a couple of flights of stairs, the cement stairs, and there was a couple sitting on like this park bench. It's kind of a lot different than it is today. Not a lot different, you know, different. And she gave some kind of hand signal to this couple that was on the park bench. Now it could have been something for a surprise party for Edward Doheny, or well, Edward Doheny thought, well, maybe that's her lover. And so that's what I got, because I felt that maybe that's her lover, and that's how she's going to get back at me. Or him. And then a group of college students, I heard some singing coming down this big, long walkway with hedges that goes alongside of the mansion. And wow, they were singing, you know, and I forgot the song they were singing. And then they came all the way to where Lucy was and I was. And they said, "Come on, everybody." No, this one beautiful blonde bent over and said, "Come on, everybody's waiting for you guys at the party. Hurry up. Let's go." And so we went up, all marching up this brickway, long, this walkway that had a lot of two hedges, and one hedge on each side. And before that, though, the little daughter was pounding on this window. And seen men up there with black tuxedos with black bow ties, but I thought maybe there were some type of Italian type of violin players or something like that, but I realized they were butlers. And well, after they went up walking up there, somehow I popped back into my body, which was 150 yards down east of where I was now. And I popped in the body back to the year 2015, I believe. And I went home that day and I talked to Eva. I said, Eva, you won't believe what happened. And she said, well, we'll have to go there. Can we go tomorrow? I said, yeah, we'll go there. So, because it's open to the public. It's open. They donated to the city of Beverly Hills. And as we were going through the mansion, I told Eva about a lot of things. And she's, because I knew the mansion very well. And I told her how Edward L. Doheny got killed by his butler. I said the papers and everything said he got killed in his room, but he didn't get killed in his room. He actually got killed in the stairway in the back where the cars come in. And because Eva asked me, where did you get killed back then, Robert? I said, well, it's a place where it's all wood and it's got a wooden stairway. So we went to the back because the mansion wasn't open. We looked through the windows of the doors, and there it was, the stairway with the wooden staircase and all wood, like I said. And I said, what happened, Eva, is that Plunkett, his chauffeur, showed up early, but he was supposed to show up around 4:30, something like that. He showed up about 9 o'clock. 8:30, 9 o'clock. And because he had his own key to the house. And I guess the father intercepted him right there. And the father had a leather satchel, like an old cowboy satchel that had strings. And it was filled with goodies like money and jewels and stocks and stuff. And I was there as Edward L. Doheny, and Plunkett was pointing a 45 at my forehead, and I was going to say, you're not going to shoot me. And I only got to you're not, and he shot me. Matter of fact, 3 times. And the father, who always carried a gun, shot him. And so you have 2 dead people. So the father called his lawyers and the PR people. They figured while they moved the body around, they ended up putting it in a bedroom. And the story the PR people cooked up was that Edward Doheny was having a gay love affair with a chauffeur. And they figured that would shut up the public. And it did. But that's not what it was. It was not the truth. There was a teapot oil scandal that made the chauffeur shoot Doheny, and I'll go into that next time. But that's, so we did a screenplay called Ned, and I got somebody to write it, but I really don't, I like her style a little bit, but not the whole thing. So it's not completely finished. What else? I'm going to look and call them right now. A couple of days ago, I got 2 of them, 2 of the craft, straight over my head. And I took photos of them, and so I'll be posting it with this live stream tonight. So I'm going to show you around here what it looks like right now. And I'll say hello to David, Rosemary, Loretta, and Romana. Hello out there. Thank you for watching. Okay, so I'm going to switch to show you what it looks like that, like how it is here today. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's got a like some kind of milky haze covering the sky. So I'm going to look up there and summon them, although they already came twice, but summon them for you. And what I do is I look straight up there, and my telepathic thoughts go to my eyes, and it goes out there somehow. That's the way we're created. And I tell them to show up for you so I can photograph them. And I'm asking them right now to come and do some intelligent things and some fantastic things, so I could capture on film for you, the audience, the public, the world. And I look deeply into space as I do this. And I don't spend too much time because it takes some power out of me, of my life force, and so I don't do it too much. And I've been doing this for so many years that if you won't notice it when you start, but after years and years of doing this, you start to notice that it takes something out of you. And so we'll look up here, and I'm going to show you the sky. I get a lot of birds go by me here on the roof. Everybody's barbecuing I guess today, and they're at the beach and so forth. I think I'll cook me a steak. I bought a steak, so I'm gonna cook a New York steak today. It was a baked potato and some string beans and maybe a salad. I have my own little way of celebrating today, considering what's going on. Again, go to my, suggest that you go to my YouTube website, my YouTube channel, which is UFO Robert Bingham. And I have 333 videos, I believe, out there now. We have, I think, 60 or 90 videos waiting in the runway, meaning that they could be posted anytime. And I've done so much work, I've done like 20 television shows and talk shows. I've done a lot of radio shows. But like I said, the mainstream doesn't care for the way I tell the truth. I'm not out there trying to hoodwink you or, lie to you or sensationalize things and with lies. And that's why I'm up here on the roof showing you some live summoning or summoning technique. And if you want, you should time me. Time it now, and when the craft comes in, you can say, wow, it took that long. And as you see, there's nothing in the sky. Not a thing. And to Lewis, if you've seen something and you summon something, a lot of people are coming to me on my Facebook, and saying that they're practicing the technique and that they're getting things. And this one individual, I forgot her name, got a lot of good things at night. And so it does work. I wouldn't be doing this if it didn't work. So um, it really does work. But don't let the people that summon, don't let it go to your head because some people really go off track because they think they can summon money and they think they can get fame and fortune and power and whatever they are after. But they should be humble and just pass on the technique to other people. And not because they won't do anything for you if it's wrong or evil. So they can read your mind. And so, but then again too, on the opposite side of the coin, you got the malevolent ones who will do those things for you. Those things of riches, fortunes, and Hollywood's full of that. I better not pick on Hollywood now because I work for them. I love it. I love Hollywood and I hate it at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship. I can smell the barbecues from up here. Hmm. Our family, when we were growing up, all the cousins and aunts and uncles would get together and go to the park and barbecue. Back in the day, it was fun. Lots of fun. I think more people utilized the park back then in those days. Um, yeah, they sure did. I remember very vividly. I bet a lot of you could remember going to the beach and getting really sunburned, huh? You know, I know I did. I fall asleep in the sun. Oh, that was the worst thing I could do. Look at this. Very beautiful. So what story would I come up with next? Not real stories, though. I have to tell you, they're real stories. Um, one day, I don't know if I said this one, I had a party for little Adrian. I think he was about 7 or 8, I don't know. And it's a nice party at my house in Alhambra. And we had a backyard with grass, and I was barbecuing Cornish Danish hens, and I had Adrian, uh, getting people their sodas or their beer back then. And this thing that looked like a blood vessel floating in the air was around the bubble, but inside it looked like a blood vessel with a little mercury ball spinning around it like an atom. Came over us, and he had a couple of the other things. I forgot what they looked like, but it was not small, and it came over the yard, and everybody saw it. And we had people that were principals, teachers, and things like that. People with pretty good careers, but right away I knew that they wouldn't want to talk about it too much because of their career. But for some reason I didn't film it because I couldn't find the camera. I should have made it a point to run and grab the camera wherever had it and film it, because it was $1 million shot, believe me. Uh, I won't let that ever happen again, hopefully. And there's some things that are like satellites up there, but they have this black energy that comes out of the satellite that keeps keeps the satellite floating up there, I believe. It's some black energy. It could be the thing called element. What is it? Bob Lazar called it 115 or 215 or something like that. Um, I've seen it personally, and I filmed it, but somebody stole it. So a lot of people steal my. I mean, I don't know who they are that steals it. I wish I could say, but they steal my material to keep it away from you, the public. And that was before I started using YouTube. If I had YouTube back then, I would have posted on YouTube right away. And somebody asked me about the bow. The Nazis created or backward engineering the bow crafts. Well, I had the bow come over my house in Alhambra, and I filmed it. I mean, I took photos of it. And when I blew it up one time, but the second blow up, there was a photo of a terrestrial on there, and he had a long neck. He was dark, as a matter of fact, like the Egyptians, like those paintings in the Egyptian pyramids. And he had eyes like that. He didn't have the makeup, but he had big eyes like that. Not overly exaggerated eyes, but he had eyes like that. And really, I couldn't tell if it was a he or a she because it was androgynous. I really couldn't tell. It seemed like it had both sexes. And I thought, was it gay? No, I don't think it was gay. It was just androgynous. And but the picture of the person wasn't on there when I took the photo, but after blowing it up twice, it appeared. So what kind of technology is that they have? But they have it. And it really does exist, I told him. This person that I'm talking about is an actor. Not a small-time actor, not a big-time actor, but an actor. I do have many fans that are celebrities themselves have their own fans, and they follow my work, and they believe what I tell them. And I'm just trying up here. I want people to focus. Look at this bird right here. Look at it. Come on, come on. Yeah. Oh wow, that was beautiful. Um, I want them to focus. I want you all to focus. And you don't know the power that you really have within. If you don't, you gotta reach way down deep inside of you and bring it out. Because we're all children of God. Or the Creator. And so therefore we have a lot of abilities. You just haven't somewhere we along the line they stole our manual, and so we're bringing it back. I'm trying to not trying, I'm doing exactly that, bringing back the abilities, the innate abilities that we have, and not trying, but going out there and showing you. I don't like the word trying, and I don't like the word hope, and I don't like the word, hope. I just like the word do, to believe that you can do it. Oh, here it is, guys. It went right over me. It stopped, and it's slowing down right over me. This is was right over me. I would have got it straight over me. But somehow, it took me a while. No, what are the odds of that happening? There's nothing else out there except that, and it came right over me. It's blowing north. It went right over my head. Sorry about that. Got one, so that's going to be on today's not live stream, but today's video on YouTube that we're going to edit. And plus the other things I've taken pictures of. Wow. It's still right there in front of me. Now it seems like it stopped going north, and it's just right there. It's up there in the blue. See it sparkling or something? When they do shine like that, they're actually transmitting electromagnetic pulses. And there's many different types of electromagnetic pulses. It's just not one kind. It's many varieties of it. So they actually send that to me or whoever's down here. And it does actually subtly change you. Wow, that was awesome. That was really awesome, folks. Now, I like to talk about what's happening out here. I know that Agenda 21, all the elite want to put the whole world under their thumb and they want to control the world. And they're not going to be able to do it because it's not going to be a one world government under their command, but a one world government, not a government, a one world not a utopian society, agricultural society, not a warring planet anymore. Now imagine if they put all those efforts of making weapons and all the money they spend and all that, there wouldn't be one starving person or child on the whole planet. We'd have so much excess. We probably could start shipping food to other planets that are in need. That's, oh, almost dropped that, the phone. You know, I'm not, as personally, I'm not going to take the vaccine, no matter what they do. Don't trust them. Don't trust the New World Order. I'm not going to take the chip. You know, if they come up with a chip they're going to implant into your forehead or your palm or whatever, I'm not going to take it. And if I can't purchase, buy, or anything, I'll just start growing my own food with seeds and next to a water source and just start living like the homeless, but in a much more cleaner fashion and much more orderly way, and try to find people who think the same way as I do. Oh, it is a beautiful day, huh? Oh. I'm going to give you a look at where I'm sitting and where I have been doing this thing. Right here's where I sit, and I walk up to the roof through this doorway. And oh, I thought I heard something. This is the front right here down there. I want to block out the sun and see if they're happy to be next to the sun. A lot of times they are. And you can see nobody having any parties or anything. This is the way it looks from here. I'm telling them to show us some more. That one's really right above me. Well, all of them are, but this one was a little closer than most. And when I was talking about the cabal, the Agenda 21, the New World Order, people seem to think, well, it's 10, 20 years away. I got a lot of time, and I would tell them it's happening now, guys. It's not 10 or 20 years from now. It's happening. Wake up. And it is happening. This is one of the first, well, one of the first big, gigantic, major bombshells that's happening. But there are going to be a lot more. So keep fasten your seatbelts and get ready. You're living in the a good time actually, because most people like throughout history would love to be here in your shoes. You got a box seat ticket to the greatest show on earth. That's the truth. All the Galactic Federation civilizations from other planets, they're above us right now. They're witnessing this whole thing, and they're watching this whole thing unfold. And most of all, they don't want us to blow up ourselves, so they're neutralizing any nuclear weapons that they might want to use, so they don't blow up the planet. Well, I don't know if you. One day I was at work. I'll tell you this story, and some lady calls me. She said her name is Jocelyn Philman, I believe, from a company called Entertainment One. And she said that you just came out in the New York Times. It was about August 14th, a few years ago. And that's why I'm calling you. And I wasn't even aware that I was featured on the New York Times. I knew that one day it was coming out because the reporter came to do my event. And I said, okay, well, thank you. And she says, we want to do a Skype interview with you, uh, perhaps to do a TV series or a movie. Um, but nothing became of it. And I believe I'm the only one in the UFO world that's been featured in the New York Times as an individual who's doing something. I don't think those other clowns are ever been on the New York Times. And I won't go into that because then I'll start getting a little angry inside for all the bad things they've done. So I'm not just some person that's been coming out. If you don't know me, it's because you haven't studied my work or been fortunate enough to know much of my work. But I've been around for a lot of years and put in a lot of work. And so I'm not just like somebody just appeared around the block. Let's see, any questions out there? Come on, somebody ask me a question. I'm looking. I'm waving to Sterling. And let's see if there's any questions. One time I did an event at a place called Charnley Park, and it's on the edge of Malibu, on the cliff side overlooking the ocean. And I brought in some craft. And I believe a lot of Stephen Greer's people were there trying to debunk me, or make me look bad, which was really really stupid because what I did was impossible to do. Um, and I believe I saw Steven Spielberg over there. He he wanted to get a peep at what I do, probably to do a movie or something himself. But again, that's what these people do. They get ideas and they formulate a plan to do a movie from somebody else's work, and they just borrow the. Hold on for 1 second. I'm going to take a picture. I was going to take a picture of this plane, but it's not the plane. There's this one plane that does go over me all the time. I hope to see it again today. But that's when I'm working outdoors all day. And I'm only out here during this lockdown, not too much out there in the public. Oh, got one to the right. And you see him. Okay, it's right here to the right. And you see it. It's to the right up there. See it? Now it's right in front of you. Tell me you see it. It's blinking. It's blinking up there. See it? I gotta take pictures of it. So, it's coming toward me. Now the wind is blowing. The wind is blowing like a northwest and westerly direction, and it's coming. If it was a balloon, believe me, it would have been here already and gone by now. But I'm not gonna talk about balloons because I don't work with balloons. You can see that there's nothing out here. Nothing out here. Thank you guys. And it's just, it's keeping that position. You know, really, it should not be there. It's really windy up here. I'll show you the tree. Look at that tree. It's moving. That's a nice sized tree, and those branches are pretty nice, and they're moving. So, and then there's this vehicle up there. It's blinked right now. And it's staying on up there, right there. It's just going a little higher, but it's stopped coming toward me. And let's see. Yeah, Lewis, it's going to be steak tonight. I'm going to make a nice New York steak. And that's the way I'm going to celebrate not celebrate, but have my memorial dinner. It's weird that it's moving eastward now. It was first coming westward. Now it's moving eastward. But it's still in that same area. And the wind's blowing like a northwest type of direction. Oh no, it's still there. So it's been like 55 minutes I've been on the air. I hope some more things might show up. Can you see it glitter up there? I don't know if it's there anymore. Oh yeah, it's there. Still right in the same area. Look it right there. It's been how long? It should have been gone. Come on, guys, come close to me so I can close the program after that. Take some more pictures. Still there. Now it's coming toward me. Come on, you guys. Hurry up. I got 15 minutes. Oh, there's another one. Got that one there, and then this one there. I gotta take this one. All right, guys. Thanks. Hold on. Let me take a picture of this. Wow, I watched it just disappear. Just disappeared. Oh, that was awesome. just disappeared. He vanished. Like went into a portal. That was so awesome. Right as I was taking pictures, it just disappeared in front of me. That one anyway. And this one up here, he's still there. I'm going to take some more photos of him. He's closer now. But the one that was over here to the right that appeared, it's not there anymore. It disappeared right in front of me as I was taking photos. I didn't mean like it sped away, just cloaked itself or went into another dimensional travel. I'm really glad I'm getting this for you, all you people that are watching. It's going to be steak tonight. Okay? All I want to say is thank you, Robert, for everything you do. Okay, Louis, you're welcome. Just go and do it for somebody else. The whole mission is for us to pass the knowledge to everybody around the planet, and then tell the person that you teach to pass it on, and for them to pass it on, and it just goes like that, and it passes along. And pretty soon, the whole world will be as one, and a peaceful, benevolent society where we won't be worried about where you're from, because there won't be no borders. And people won't want to leave their home if there's plenty of food and plenty of everything that they need, like any place else. They would stay there and develop their own country in a better way. And see, if I'm showing you this, the possibilities are there. Can't say they're not. Can't say they're not there. They're there. But oh, I gotta take this back. This thing traveling really fast. It looks like the one that disappeared. You're getting a wow, my camera, you could see it, but it's gone. Wow, and it came right through here, going that way. Like going at a good, incredible speed. But I got it on camera, guys. Wow, that was awesome. That made my adrenaline flow. Because I've seen many things, many things. And when they do that, wow, you're getting something really good. So it's all going to be on tonight. This one that's been here for a long time, he's right there. I got to take photos of it. He's still here. Now he's coming toward me. He's almost above my head. I'll show you. He's up there. He's flashing. He's closer to being right over my head. Well, the one that just went by, well, it's traveling faster than a plane, and it went right by this, to the right here. It went traveling at a good speed. It was really nice. As I seen it morph, it kind of morphed a little bit, and wow, that was truly an amazing object, an intelligent object. Not a balloon, guys. Not a balloon, people. Balloon. The only balloon people, I'm not a balloon person, but the ones posting the comment are balloon people, because that's where their mind's at. Yeah, they'll never make the ascension process thinking the way they do. So hopefully they finally get it, that they're not as intelligent as they think they are. And they have an open mind to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Oh, there it is. It's coming right above me. Wow, this thing was over here. Then it went this way. Now it's right here. Blinking, see? It's coming right here. Wow, really couldn't show. Thank you, guys. Love you. Louis, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope you have success with everything that I've taught you. Hmm. It's still there. Look, you see it shining. Come on, flash real brightly so they can see on the phone that you're right there. Come on, flash real hard. Come on. It's for me. Sometimes they get shy, I guess. I don't know. But they do have personalities. Now this one that's been around for what, 30 minutes? He's finally gone. Came almost right above me, but now he's gone. Wow. I don't see him. He's gone. So I'm going to have to close now. Remember, go to my UFO YouTube channel called UFO Robert Bingham. Subscribe. Put some likes and some good comments out there. And be sure to go to Summoning Techniques on the video lineup. Sharky, which is the plight of the sharks in the oceans in Asia. And Tango, which is a deceased couple from the early 20s back then that come in the daytime, and I captured it on film doing the tango for me. Wonton, don't get disturbed by the name. I only named it that because it looked like a flying wonton, but really I caught the reptilians on there, so you want to see wonton too. And Abracadabra, where they show you the technology. And this object that I filmed was bigger than a helicopter. And it does some magnificent, unbelievable things that are just impossible. And also watch The Strand, which is the alien, it is our DNA strand that has to be reactivated so we can live a long time. It's really the fountain of youth. And watch all the other videos, because there's a lot of videos. Now, all the videos that I said, most people just be patient, look at it. Give it a chance. Watch it. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. I kind of don't want to sign off because we had a lot of action right now. But it's time for me to sign off. And you remember, oh, there it is. That one that's been here for the longest, he's flashing me again. He's right up there. Oh, okay, hold on. I got. Wow, he's still there. That's been a while over half an hour. And he's making his way toward me. Well, I'm having a lot of stuff today. This one should have been gone 35, 40 minutes ago. And so I'm getting a lot of stuff today. And they're doing incredible things. And they're not, by our physics, they're not operating in that parameter. And why should they? If they have the technology. Oh, yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's been there for quite a while. Let me take the pictures again. They don't want me to go downstairs because they keep on showing me things. And so this might be an extended live stream. Now I'm going to have to shut off, guys. Have a great rest of your Memorial weekend. Have a nice barbecue if you're barbecuing. If you're not, have a good TV dinner, whatever you choose to do. This is Robert Bingham signing off with wake up, smell the coffee, and know what time it is. It's 1 minute to midnight.